Amid the roar of engines and the clatter of tools on a busy construction site, a tiny Lego figure named Brick found himself in a very unfamiliar place. With his bright yellow plastic body and fixed smile, Brick was no bigger than a coffee mug, but today he stood among giants. He had accidentally fallen out of a child's backpack and landed right in the middle of the action. Everything around him was huge, towering cranes, rumbling bulldozers and workers in steel-toe boots. At first, Brick was scared, but then he spotted the steel beams, the concrete mixers, and the blueprints flapping in the wind. It looked just like the Lego construction sets he used to dream about. Excited and determined, Brick marched up to a pile of gravel. "Size doesn't matter if you've got the right attitude," he said. Then he noticed something. A bolt near the base of a wall was coming loose. It was a tiny problem in a huge place, but Brick knew little things could cause big trouble. Summoning all his strength, he twisted the bolt back into place. Not far away, a worker named Sam caught a glimpse of movement. He blinked in surprise at the sight of the miniature builder in action. Was he seeing things? But then Brick looked up and gave him a cheerful wave. Sam laughed and knelt down to take a closer look. "Well, You're a real go-getter, aren't you?" Word spread quickly. Soon, Brick became part of the team. The crew made him a hard hat out of a bottle cap, gave him a spot in the break room, and found tiny ways for him to help, holding down corners of blueprints, giving hand signals, and always bringing a dose of cheer with that painted-on grin. But one day, trouble hit. A support beam began to slip, threatening the structure above. Workers scrambled to reinforce it, but they couldn't reach a narrow space that needed support. "I'll go," Brick said without hesitation. Sam frowned. "It's dangerous, buddy." Brick nodded. "But that's what builders do. We help when it matters most." With that, Brick squeezed into the gap. The beam groaned but stopped shifting. The team acted fast to lock it into place. When the dust settled, a wave of applause rang out. Sam scooped Brick up and set him proudly on his shoulder. As the sun dipped below the skyline, Brick stood tall, well, as tall as a Lego could, taking in the view of cranes, steel, and friendship. He might have been small, but he had found his place. From that day forward, Brick wasn't just a toy that had fallen out of a backpack. He was a true part of the crew, a tiny builder with a huge heart. The end.